A very good evening to you from wherever you're watching us on the 6th day of June 2023. Trust you're doing well. We have so much lined up for you tonight. Let's take a look at the stories hitting headlines at the top of our headlines tonight. Members of Parliament ask government to allocate more funds on NGCDF. Kenyans protest in CBD over the proposed Finance Bill 2023. Protesters say the bill aims at overburdening them with tax increments. Third phase of exhumation exercise resumes at Shakahola as forensics team identifies more graves. And ousted KEMSA officials questioned over 3.7 billion Kenya shillings mosquito net scandal as XPS Josephine Buru questions her suspension. Welcome to the broadcast. Evan Sodhiambo is a sign language interpreter tonight. My name is ODIDA. Let's get started. Now, Parliament sitting has commenced today after a 1-month break with a motion on the financial system of the National Government Constituency Development Fund taking centre stage, where the legislators have pleaded with the government to fully fund this program that they say has greatly contributed to counties' development.
After a 1-month break, the parliamentary sessions have resumed with the members of parliament debating on the financial system of the National Government Constituency Fund, NGCDF, where the members of parliament lauded the government for embracing the fund, for it is highly beneficial to the common Wanjiko.
Going around the country, Madam Speaker, anyone would see the kind of changes NGCDF has brought to our communities. Hardly would you go to any side of Kenya, to any corner of Kenya, without seeing the significance of NGCDF.
Additionally, the members of parliament proposed to the government to allocate more money to the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, for it helps a lot of people in the community and the funds are not enough. On the other hand, the members of parliament have requested the government to release funds that were promised in the previous financial budget, warning that the upcoming budget will not be passed unless the government releases the funds in the counties.
Speaker, constituencies that for many years had not been developed have seen development because CDF is there. One of them is the Ganze constituency, which this report reports on. We have seen some level of development there because CDF has been there.
According to the members of parliament, the CDF and the NGCDF money has been able to stabilize developments in the counties, asking the governors to embrace this money because it helps residents from less fortunate families to meet their needs academically and medically.
And support. And through that, Mr. Speaker, it also enhances democracy, which is also a good thing. Mr. Speaker, however, one of the things that we need to mention about CDF is that we now need to move from equity to equality.
The motion is set to make the disbandment of NGCDF and the CDF funds to continue, asking the government to embrace them in the next financial budget. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
A section of Kenyans, together with a section of civil society groups in the country, have today held demonstrations in Nairobi County opposing the proposed Finance Bill 2023-2024, claiming that the bill is aimed at overtaxing Kenyans. The protests, which were dubbed 6-6 as they were staged in the 6th day of the 6th month of the year, were however intercepted by police officers who used tear gas canisters to disperse protesters from accessing the parliamentary buildings.
The situation in the Central Business District in Nairobi today was not as usual, as several Kenyans, together with various civil society groups, held their demonstration in the city as they chanted songs against the proposed Finance Bill 2023-2024. The demonstration, dubbed 6-6, as they were being staged on the 6th day in the 6th month of the year, saw Kenyans gathering at the Jivaji Gardens as they rallied to oppose the bill before the anti-riot police intervened, claiming that the garden was not available for the public use at the said time. However, without backing down, Kenyans decided to march towards parliament buildings where they could air their grievances to the registrators. The decision would then be interrupted by police officers who lobbied tear gas canisters, dispersing them. The protesters argued that the finance bill, which is in the second reading stage in the National Assembly, means no good for Kenyans, but to subject them to increased forced taxes, high cost of living, rise in prices of basic commodities, among others. The protest by Kenyans and the civil society groups comes at a time when the political heat of the controversial finance bill is at its peak, as the opposition leaders vote to reject the bill, citing that it aims to overburden Kenyans who are already suffering from the high cost of living. James Murekemonda, KUTV.
Right, moving on, Siaya County government has come up with new solid evidence against its Deputy Governor William Oduor, which has been necessitated by a rift that broke between the County Governor James Orengo and his deputy, with the latter accusing his boss of censoring his call for transparency on the utilization of public funds. The new evidence, according to the Chief of Staff Siaya County Cyrus Oguna, is based on abuse of office by the deputy.
The county government of Siaya, through its Chief of Staff Cyrus Oguna, has said that it has identified new evidence against Deputy Governor William Oduor in relation to abuse of office. Through a statement released by him, Oguna has noted that the evidence touches on manipulation of workers as well as influencing payment to certain contractors.
There have been several allegations on account of one individual reporting that there has been misappropriation of public resources in the county government of Siaya. But as the government wish to state that those allegations are malicious and are ill-intended.
In the statement, the county government of Siaya has noted that through a discussion chaired by Oguna, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC delayed conclusion of the investigations of the possible loss of Kenya shillings 600 million. The county government has then called upon the EACC to fast-track the investigations on the claims of Honorable William Oduor. Oguna added that the evidence will be released to the public in due course.
The EACC, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, has been conducting investigations in the county in relation to embezzlement of public resources or cash to the amount to about 600 million. Investigations have been going on for the last 2 or 3 years.
However, Oguna reiterated that the issue of the 600 million is a historical issue which has been under investigation for more than 2 years before the current government took office. He expressed the county's commitment to cooperating with the EACC to stem corruption in Siaya. Ivy Bina, KUTV.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party has announced that it will skip the national prayer breakfast. In a statement released today evening, the coalition confirmed that it has received invitation to the event, which is scheduled to take place at Safari Park Hotel tomorrow. According to the coalition, a national prayer session should be approached with earnest humility and honesty, both to God and the citizens of Kenya. The party further noted that it has swung into the decision in the backdrop of past events, claiming that the prayer session will in contrast be marked with superiority battles, false hopes, arrogance and other vitriolic posts. The notice, however, states that Azimio members of parliament have the free will to attend the function. The Narok County Governor Patrick Ole Ntutu has launched a staff audit aimed at verifying and evaluating the county government employees today at the county government office. Ntutu says the biometric registration of employees will bring transparency and identify each worker's suitability for the job, as well as bring to light areas with underemployment rate in the county government.
During the launch of the audit exercise in Narok County, Governor Patrick Ole Ntutu affirmed that the move is aimed at bringing transparency in the government and fight corruption by identifying the ghost workers. He has further noted that the biometric registration will include employees' suitability to the job, the title of the job, the number of employees, and position with excess or inadequate staffs.
Say that this exercise will aid the verification and evaluation of the number of staff employed by the county government of Narok. The biometric registration will establish how many people are employed by the county government, what jobs do they do, their suitability for the jobs they do, and whether or not there are positions that have inadequate or excessive number of staff.
Ntutu said that the registration will aid in the reduction of the wage bill that stands at 34% of the county government budget and increase efficiency by ensuring employees match jobs with skills where the most suitable employees will be deployed, where they will be most effective.
The registration is necessary to guide the government on reducing the wage bill. Currently, the county government has a wage bill that takes about 34% of the government budget. The law set the limit of 35%, which therefore means we are only 1% below.
As an anti-corruption move, Ntutu said that the registration will eliminate wastage of resources and enable the county government to identify areas where payroll can be reduced.
The registration will help the government eliminate wastage of resources by identifying areas that our payrolls can be downsized. The legislation will enhance the government fights against corruption and theft of state resources by identifying ghost workers.
This comes at a moment when the Treasury has promised to disburse the April funds to the county government this week. The registration is to be conducted by a human resource team of experts, AGMOID, the international consultants. Joseph Oyomo, KUTV.
Now, in other news, Automobile Association of Kenya, AA, in collaboration with the Federation Internationale del Automobile, FIA, has today announced the launch of the International Young Driver Contest in Kenya at Renaissance Corporate Park in Nairobi. The contest aims at creating awareness on road safety among young drivers. Here's Dorothy Musyoka with more.
Road accidents cases continue to be reported in the country, claiming lives of many and causing injuries to more. Automobile Association of Kenya has observed that it is crucial to inspire young drivers to develop a positive road safety culture. AA Kenya Chief Executive Officer Francis Theuri has noted that the aim of the contest is to create awareness on road safety and highlight their potential to drive responsibly. He, however, added that the contest is to be held in 3 phases, targeting young drivers aged between 18 to 26 years.
This is going to be a competition for young drivers aged between 18 and 26. It's a road safety event.
The CEU also pointed out that the International Young Driver Contest is to be conducted through 3 phases as it will serve an initiative to promote road safety among young drivers and emphasize the importance of responsible driving practices in order to mitigate road accidents.
There will be a number of awards for the winners. Then we'll take some of the winners and we'll bring them to AA, take them to class. We'll take them through a thorough training on road safety, on driving, on defensive driving, and then 2 of the best winners will be sponsored by AA to join the rest in Vienna, Austria, in October, actually 23rd of October, for the international competition that will be held and sponsored by FIA.
Additionally, the CEO has called on young people to participate through online application, urging the parents and corporates to sponsor their young ones to showcase their skills and contribute to road safety.
Encourage families to sponsor their kids on this one. We also encourage corporates to come in and sponsor their people. We'll be happy to see people in this industry, the mobility industry, manufacturers of automobiles, people who are now engaged in electric vehicles. Would also want to see them participating, and all the industry players, the corporates, would want to see them participating in this.
The competitions will be held in Nairobi at Kenyatta International Convention Center, KICC, on 15th July and in Naivasha during the month of August. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
All right, we are taking a very fast short break at this point. Of course, so much more lined up for you. Stay with us.
We are all seeing the impacts of climate change. In Kenya, for example, the frequency of the floods is becoming more and worse. The amount of people and livestock we're losing.
Is the level where the normal mwananchi and also the government stakeholders can uptake these solutions.
Those small acts multiplied by millions of us will help make a difference in the world at the end of the day.
It's just a slight behavior change that we need, and you find that it serves us a bit more than you put in. And that's the goal. We want to live a better world than we found, because at the rate we are going, it's dire.
We will secure the planet for future generations.
Welcome to Children's Corner. Welcome to Children's Corner. Children's Corner.
What is this magic? I need that magic.
Somebody call 911.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Tech Innovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language all for one for all. every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. You're watching KUTV Primetime News. And remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at KUTV_Kenya. Let's continue with our coverage. Now, former Public Health Principal Secretary Josephine Mburu on Tuesday appeared before the Senate Health Committee investigating the 3.7 billion Kenya shillings Kenya Medical Supplies Authority scandal that led to her dismissal, where she pleaded innocent. Mburu expressed that the medical agency tasked with procuring medical equipment was not under her docket, but that of her former colleague Peter Toom was moved to the Ministry of Sports.
Former Health Principal Secretary Josephine Mburu has today appeared before the Senate's Health Committee for the investigation of the irregular procurement at the Kenya Medical Supplies Agency, KEMSA. Mburu denied involvement in the procurement process, claiming the process had begun as she got into office, and added that she got the news that she was fired through the media. Mburu has appeared before the Senate a day after the new KEMSA board and management unveiled a new plan aimed at enhancing transparency and accountability at the medical institution. The board, led by Irungu Nyakera, announced that for effective functioning of the institution, there will be cancellation of the list of all pre-qualified suppliers and ordering of a fresh process, freezing staff recruitment and scale down staff travel, and furthermore, sell off current slow-moving stock to ensure effective functioning of the institution. Reporting for KUTV, I'm Jackie Nasiran.
All right, now Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Professor Kithure Kindiki, has today flagged off the third phase of exhumation exercise in Shakahola. Kindiki has announced that the entirety of Shakahola Forest will be reserved as a national memorial site, and that the main culprit, Paul Mackenzie, will face the harsh wrath of the law.
In the wee of the morning, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Kithure Kindiki, emerged from the skies of Malindi with the sun. Kindiki was there to officially launch the third phase of exhumation exercises in Shakahola. A security force contingent was there to receive him, led by DCI Director Mohamed Amin and the Principal Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Raymond Omolo. First on the itinerary was a security briefing, and then the party started. Kindiki and his contingent of security personnel combed through the Chakama ranch before releasing troops with forks and shoves to plow the ground. 9 bodies were exhumed today, and Kindiki feels there is more.
Mr. Mackenzie's activities of killing people and burying them may have extended beyond the 800 acres from where he was operating. Therefore, we are looking actually technically at the entire 50,000 acres of Chakama Ranch.
In his public address, Professor Kithure Kindiki went all out on the main culprit, Pastor Paul Mackenzie of the controversial Good News Church, who commandeered over 250 people to death. Kindiki assured of the full force of the government in making sure Mackenzie suffers the same fate.
Our investigative agencies have assured us that we have a proper case for finding culpable the main suspect and all his collaborators for serious crimes, including genocide, crimes against humanity, extermination, murder.
The Shakahola massacre has been a thriller for Kenyans, and to stop the horror, the government has passed the forest as a national memorial site with a host of intercessors set to visit the area and cleanse it from the horrors of religious extremism. Reporting for KUTV, I'm Munene Weru.
Thank you, Munene Weru, for that report. Now, Russia is reported to be copying Iran's tactics in trying to evade Western sanctions. According to a report from the Royal United Services Institute, a British policy institute, Western nations have imposed successively tougher sanctions on Russia since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine last year. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that Russia is circumventing these measures. Take a look.
Western nations have imposed successively tougher sanctions on Russia since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine last year. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned Sunday that Russia is circumventing these measures.
Unfortunately, the terrorist state manages to obtain the technologies of the world through a network of suppliers, manages to bypass international sanctions.
Russia is learning to adapt to the sanctions, says Tom Keating, author of the Rusi report.
In particular, sourcing the kind of electronic components they need to support their military. That's the first thing. The second thing is obviously they've had to look for new markets for their hydrocarbons, their oil exports. That's a key revenue generator for the country.
Russia says its economy shrank by 2.1% in 2022, less than many expected. Meanwhile, imports of Russian crude oil by China and India hit an all-time high in May. That's partly because the sanctions apply only to Western governments and companies trading with Russia.
And therefore, if you're a bank in India, you can perfectly well have a financial connection with a Russian bank.
Nevertheless, most global trade is still conducted in US dollars. So how has Russia circumvented attempts to strangle its economy? Keating says the Kremlin is increasingly looking to Iran as a model of how to evade sanctions. Tehran has been subject to various Western sanctions over its nuclear and missile programs and its support for terrorist groups, which Iran denies.
Iran, as a hydrocarbon economy trying to export oil, has learned a lot of tricks over the recent years that we do see Russia start to employ. So, for example, shadow fleets of tankers, so these kind of switching oil between tankers in the middle of the night with location devices switched off, but also using front companies in places like Turkey or the UAE to try and hide the origin of trade.
The two countries have also begun connecting their financial systems to facilitate transactions outside the global SWIFT payment system. Last month, Russia's second largest bank, VTB, opened an office in Tehran. How can Ukraine's allies prevent Russia evading the sanctions? The private sector is the front line of compliance, notes Keating.
The private sector's had to scramble to get itself in a position to ensure that it knows who its customers are, it knows who it's exporting things to, it knows what's allowed and what's not allowed. And so the result is that there are huge gaps in the system.
The report urges the West to educate the private sector on detecting illegal trades. It warns that Moscow will increasingly seek to use Iran's playbook as it tries to circumvent sanctions. Henry Richwell for VOA News, London.
For many years, Kenya's livestock market has faced challenges like price instability, low purchasing power among consumers, and limited marketing options for pastoralists. Now, a Nairobi-based startup called M-Nomad is offering small livestock farmers in rural areas a way to buy and sell their livestock online. Ahmed Hussein reports from Wajir County, Kenya.
Early morning in this livestock market at the heart of Wajir town in Kenya's northeast. Ibrahim Ahmed takes pastoralists through M-Nomad, an online livestock marketplace. He co-founded the site with Abdurrahman Ahmed in 2019. He says small rural farmers now have much easier way to buy and sell their livestock.
We normally come to a market like this
to register the pastoralists and get their data, like the number of animals and the prices, and then we connect them with the livestock buyers who are mainly bulk buyers. They normally want like a specific type of animal, and they cannot reach up to these markets.
Ahmed says M-Nomad has done livestock transactions for hundreds of clients from as far as Mogadishu in Somalia by connecting buyers and sellers online.
One of the main benefits of M-Nomad is better price for pastoralists. We try to give them a better price, 20 to 25% better price than what they get in the market. Because for us, the buyer is from somewhere else.
M-Nomad is the first product of Geldil Technologies Limited, which was also co-founded by Ibrahim Ahmed. It covers over 10 market areas in northern Kenya and has registered more than 300 pastoralists, including Siad Ali.
I'm a pastoralist with 78 goats. Gel here helped me make a profit by selling my livestock in far areas, but I am hoping to sell more in the future.
Kenya's Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock estimates about 60% of the livestock population in Kenya is found in the arid and semi-arid lands. For majority of the people living here, livestock is their main source of income, but officials say the sector has been on decline.
We had 5 seasons of failed rainfall. We have lost over 30% of our livestock population. So to counter this, we are introducing, together with the help of our partners, piloting of feedlots, fattening centers, and fodder production, so that we can at least reduce the risk of livestock deaths during times of calamities.
The livestock sector in Kenya is not centralized, and experts say counties should put more funds in the establishment of proper market infrastructure.
We want the government to help us sell our livestock overseas because at the moment we have a bad market. Other than Mogadishu and Nairobi, we don't have another market, but we need help.
By the end of 2023, M-Nomad plans to expand its coverage inside Kenya and to neighboring countries. Ahmed Hussein for VOA News, Wajir, Kenya.
Right, with that, we are taking our second short break at this point. Stay tuned for more.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepopa si vuguvugu. Pepopa ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Na maisha ni haya mwanaume ali. Da, sielewi yani hata neno moja. Yani tunasikia tu maboko likolo. Yani ukiniangalia tu huyu mwamba huyu anafiti sehemu fulani. Wewe inakaa. Without your love, I can't move on. Yo, that's your boy Rhino the Don. Keep watching and listening to KUTV.
This is your first time?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared, but I can do this. Mess with me. Yeah, let's do this, man.
Adventures across the African continent. See breathtaking wildlife, stunning landscapes, and out of this world technologies. Meet incredible scientists and learn fantastic facts. Explore, discover, be amazed. Be part of the next generation of African change makers. Be a part of Engine, Africa's #1 science discovery program. Yay!
We're learning every day.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. Now, Harambee Stars has officially begun their residential training today at Kasarani Annex ahead of their upcoming tournament in Mauritius. The tournament will run from June 11 to 18th this year and will feature host Mauritius, Djibouti and Pakistan. Most local-based players have checked into camp with the foreign-based players set to join them tomorrow. The team will travel to Mauritius for the tournament on June 10, 2023. Right now, this year's Embu Sevens Rugby 6th edition will host 20 teams that will include women and juniors category. The edition will be held on June 9 to 11 at the ASK Njukiri Showground. The junior category, which will comprise of both primary and secondary schools, will curtain raise the event on Friday the 9th before the seniors category on Saturday and Sunday.
All set ahead of Embu Sevens that is slated for 9th of June this year. The tournament, which is normally used as preparation break to the National 7th Circuit, has attracted at least 20 teams, including high school and primary school teams.
After the launch, we'll have flash sales of the tickets. They'll be retailing at 250 shillings, which will be closed on Friday night. After then, on Saturday and Sunday, our tickets will be 300 shillings. For regular ticket, then VIP will be 1,000 shillings. We are hoping that our fans will be entertained on and off the pitch.
According to Embu Rugby chairman Abija Bosire, the objective of this year's championship is to provide an opportunity for the upcoming talents as they prepare for the East Africa School Games to be held in Rwanda later in August this year.
Tarehe 9 ambayo ni Friday, mwaka huu tumeweza kuweka kitengo cha wanafunzi ambayo ni age group because we want to nurture young talent. Our main agenda, which goes along with the agenda ya governor, ni kuwa tupate kukuza watoto wale talanta wakitoka chini. So tutakuwa na teams kama 4 ambayo ni za primary schools. Tuko na timu 4, tuko na timu 4 pia za high school category ambazo zitakuwa na mechi hiyo tarehe 9.
Strathmore Leos, who are the defending champions, have confirmed their participation among other big teams like host Embu RFC, Meru RFC, and Nakuru Top Fry, and they are also new entrants into the edition. Auma Evans for KUTV, Nairobi.
And finally, in sports news, the Kenya national boxing team is set to miss out on the African Boxing Championship slated for later this month in Yaoundé, Cameroon, citing lack of funds. The hit squad has come to terms with the idea of them missing out on the championship after the Ministry of Sports failed to facilitate for their travels. The championship was scheduled to take place as from June 13 to 25th this year, but are postponed and are expected to run from June 21st to July 3rd. All right, that's all we had in store for you this tonight. Thank you so much for choosing to stay with KUTV. Be sure to join Joseph Kess and Dennis Omondi tomorrow for subsequent bulletins. That is Mizizi ya Habari and Primetime News. My name is Ann Odida. I'm in the company of Evans Odhiambo, who is a sign language interpreter tonight. Have a good night.